Welcome to Kevin's English Room Podcast. Listen,
Yes.
I got a photo from my dad
Okay.
just 4 hours ago.
Okay.
And it's a picture from a newsletter from St. Mary's Middle School,
Which you were.
which I attended, which I went.
Yeah.
And my dad goes,
Okay.
ポッドキャストを聞いたセイントメアリーの卒業生が Ms Jackson に連絡したようですと。で、Ms Jackson がニュースレターに手書きでメッセージを返してくれる。
Really?
So, for those of you who don't know what's going on,
Yeah. Tell them. Explain that.
so I went to a middle school called St. Mary's
Yeah.
Middle School, and there's this teacher, Ms. Jackson, right?
Yes.
Ms. Jackson was there, and she took care of me a lot,
Mhm.
right? I had a different background and everything, and like she took care of it a lot.
Yeah.
And not to mention I wasn't Catholic, right? So like, so Ms. Jackson took care of me a lot, and and St. Mary's, like most schools, they send out newsletters to graduated students, parents too.
Mm-hmm.
They send out newsletters to the family,
Yeah.
right? To like update on whatever's going on.
It's like every month or.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know how often, but
Mhm.
they give out newsletters
Yeah.
to everybody. And one day, my dad received that newsletter like always,
Mhm.
right? On a paper printed.
Yeah.
And it had a handwritten message personally from Ms.
Wow.
Jackson to my dad
Wow.
saying that, hey, I was so happy to see Kevin on the podcast show.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Kevin. And my dad saw that and I was like, he was like, wow,
Yeah.
hey Kevin, he sent me a line like,
Uh-huh.
look, Ms. Jackson recognized you. Like
Yeah.
he noticed that you're on the show. Like
Yeah.
and I freaked out as well.
Yeah. That's quite surprising.
Right.
Wow.
And then I talked about that on the podcast show,
Yeah.
saying
Yeah. It was.
it was on an Amazon home show.
Yeah. Half a year.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like that.
Kind of. Yeah.
and then we got excited and like, okay, why don't I just send a message to Ms. Jackson?
Yeah. And
Right. Like this probably won't reach her, but I'll just send a message out to Ms.
yeah.
Jackson. And it did.
It
It did. We got a message back from Ms. Jackson.
Wow.
Again.
Wow.
All right. So this is what it was. This is what it was written.
What a story.
I know, right? So this is written to my dad, right?
Okay.
So, I think of you so often, and I was thrilled last year when a current parent from Japan told me that Kevin mentioned St. Mary's and me on his podcast. I have such love and respect for all of you.
Wow.
Hey, thank you, Ms. Jackson.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a moment, right?
It's incredible.
Incredible that we're how kind of connected through the thing, the podcast.
Wow.
Wow, unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I have to go and say hi. You know, when I go there, when I go maybe next year when I visit US,
Should
I go
visit
back home.
and Ms. Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow. So she has a family from Japan right now. Is what she said.
So the message said a current parent from Japan. A current parent from Japan told me that. So his family's not in Japan. It's just the school, the St. Mary's.
Mhm.
The parent from a St. Mary's
Yeah.
student is in Japan.
Ah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. A current parent from Japan. Current parent. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the parents whose son or daughter attends St. Mary's is in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right.
This is really amazingly
Amazing
surprising.
moment, right?
Yeah.
That you're able to connect now indirectly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Through the internet,
Wow.
right? Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if she knows how to listen to a podcast.
True.
Because she never mentioned that she directly saw
Yeah.
or listened to the podcast, right? It's
Yeah.
always like someone told me that you're there. And again, another parent, right, told
Yeah.
Ms Jackson that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think she knows how to listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You say things through the podcast, through the internet,
Yeah.
and she replies through the letters.
They're like, true. True. And indirectly, right?
Yeah.
Through someone else.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, what a story. Really.
What a story.
Yeah.
Right? What a story.
Hope she's doing good.
Oh, yeah, I hope so, right? I mean, she's still Genki.
Yeah.
Body Genki.
Body Genki.
Yeah, I mean, she's in the website, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Oh, that's great.
looking healthy and everything.
Super.
Yeah. US has this culture of like when you graduate from the school,
Mhm.
you can donate to their school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now me and my dad we're like really under
Yeah.
that pressure of like
Yeah.
gotta make that donation now, right?
Oh, that's why she sends you some messages, right? I saw you on some shows.
We're now connected, aren't we? Right?
I know you are big now in Japan.
No, I'm sure it's not nothing like that. I'm sure it's nothing, you know.
I remember I cared you so much when you were in the United States.
You weren't even Christian and we accepted you to the school, Kevin. Yeah.
And now using your English skills too. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you should consider that.
I will consider it.
Yeah.
I will consider it. I will.
Yeah. Wow.
I'll definitely say hi to Ms. Jackson.
Yeah.
Man.
It's really surprising that she recognized you.
I know, right? It's surprising that she remembers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so it was back when you were junior high student, right?
Yeah, so how long ago was that, right? Like
More than 10 years.
yeah.
Faces changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed.
There's a possibility that she doesn't remember me.
She just says it.
Because she's just the first time she recognized me, there was a theory that maybe someone else recognized me, and then that person told Ms. Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about that?
Yep.
And this time as well, right? The parent told Ms. Jackson that maybe there's still a possibility that she doesn't remember who I am.
She doesn't remember who you are. She doesn't listen to this podcast.
That's still a possibility.
She's just sending you some dark messages to collect the money.
I don't know. I don't know about the money. I don't know about the money. It's not about the money. It's a Christian school, right? So it's not. It's never about the money. We can't say that. That's not fair. But But it is fair to say that it's possible she might not remember me. But I did stand out because I had a different looking, I was Asian, right?
Yes.
That alone is already kind of
Yeah.
memorable. I
Yeah.
feel like, in a school where it's mostly Americans and people from Mexico,
Yeah.
have the majority. So, yeah.
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 I hope so.
I hope so. I sure do hope so. But you know what? The thing about what I remember was that the principal of St. Mary's at that time, I forgot his name, but he would call everybody by the student's name.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
When so it's disappointing that I don't remember his name, but during drop off every morning, right? The principal would come out to the driveway and would say, "Hey, good morning, Kevin.
Oh.
Hey, good morning, John.
Oh.
Good morning, Brian." He would get it right. Get it right.
That's great.
That's great,
That's
right?
talent.
Yeah, it's real talent.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was
Wow.
really amazed by it.
Yeah, because he's got many students at the same time, right? And he remembers everything.
Several hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several hundred students at the same time. Wow.
That was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you had one teacher and you don't remember his name.
It started with P. I remember it started with P. Principal.
Peter?
No. It was more Latino. It had more of a Latino accent.
Okay.
It started with a P or an L or C.
Pedro?
Close, but probably not.
Cedric?
No. It was more like, like,
What's that?
It was like it was either or But I can't remember.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're indirectly connected, that's definitely an
That's
unbelievable
great.
moment.
Yes.
So
We're connected.
I'm thankful for that.
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
and
thank
thankful the family, right?
Yeah,
That.
that's true. So yeah, thank you for letting Ms. Jackson know.
Yeah.
And thank you, Ms. Jackson.
If you remember.
If you remember who I am. You remember who I am.
Yeah, I hope so.
Right. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.